women can sense if you're not speaking to any other woman, right? Now, I'm not advising guys to be speaking to a whole bunch of women and pursuing a whole bunch of women, but you should always have options, right, when you're speaking to a woman. Why? Because naturally you're going to start behaving different and you're going to be on a higher frequency when you're pursuing a woman, if you're speaking to multiple women, or if you have multiple options, right? If you have multiple options, you're naturally going to be vibrating at a higher frequency. And that frequency is abundance, right? When you have a lot of money, you're not really desperate to do things for money, right? If you notice people with no money, they tend to be the people that are open to committing crime and doing immoral things for money, right? Now, granted, there are some people like that who have a lot of money who are still open to doing stuff like that. But for the most part, when you're vibrating on a higher frequency and you're on a frequency of abundance and you have a lot of opportunity and you're high in abundance in a certain thing, then naturally you're going to start behaving in the right way. And more importantly, you're going to stay detached to the outcome, right? It's really hard to pursue women in the dating market if you're only speaking to one or two girls, because naturally, you can try to pretend that you're not, but naturally, you are going to be attached to the outcome of that specific interaction. Because why wouldn't you be? That's literally probably the only person that you're speaking to, right? Naturally, if you only have one way of making money, you're going to be really attached to that way of making money, right? So if you have a job, you should have other ways of making money that you're working towards. So you kind of stay detached if something happens, right? It's not the end of the world. Now, naturally, you should always have options when speaking to women, because this will naturally get you into the abundance mindset, a higher frequency mindset where you become detached. Where if the woman's acting up and you just sense that things aren't going to work and that you guys are growing apart and things are getting worse with time, you stay detached to the outcome where you're like, okay, I'm just going to let her go because there's more opportunity right around the corner. And I'm not saying you should be focused on necessarily thinking about cutting someone off, but you should always have multiple options so that if something isn't right for you and God's closing the door on something, you're not going to stay trying to grab the door handle, right? You're going to let it go because you know that better things are just around the corner.